A-plusers, nerd mixers, we are back. It's finally here. That's right. House of Dragons, that episode 1 review, man. Uno, and I'm already wanting uno mas. I'm already wanting one more. I wish they would have dropped more than one episode at a time. I'd have sat here and watched 5 hours of this. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's good. I know we were a little worried, especially with the last season of Game of Thrones. We were worried about how it was going to be, but the one thing about this story is the books are complete. So we don't have to worry about nothing being rushed or trying to figure out what's happening in the storyline not done. We know exactly what's going to happen in this story. And just to let you guys know, it's being beautifully portrayed, you know what I'm saying, coming across the screen with these visuals. You can tell that it was money spent. I mean, how many dragons did we see in the daytime last time, right? I mean, you could tell HBO, Warner Brothers, is sparing no expense when it comes to this show. And man, the storyline, the way things are going, the way they're introducing people is just off the chain. The one thing I want to get out the bat that I really enjoyed about this episode was the representation of the different houses. You know, the House Stark, just different things that we got to see. House Baratheon, the Dornish house, everything that we got to see was going on, and just seeing how uniquely important everything feels like the setting up is going to be in this story. I just really enjoyed that. Rhaenyra, the princess, King V, you know what I'm saying, Daemon, the king's brother, because the king doesn't have a son. Daemon's up for the heir right now, you know what I'm saying, cocky Mr. Daemon, who has a tone for, you know what I'm saying, the over dramatic and the violent. Really digging Matt's character in this. Far away from what we saw from him as a doctor in Doctor Who, but his character is seen as being what would you call like new age hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Like that trap rap, like that what do they call that? The drill. You know what I'm saying? Damon's real drill when it comes to the way he handles everything. Murder, death, kill. You know, MDK. Likes to hang out, you know, at promiscuous places in the brothels and stuff like that. Has his royal guard that he was put in charge of, fiercely loyal to him, 2,000 or more. Has his own dragon. Doesn't like the wife that he was given. Doesn't want to stay in the veil. He wants to be a king's landing where all the fun is. It's like a teenager who just hit puberty when it comes to him. You know, and he knows he's the heir to the throne and doesn't want anything to challenge him with that. So a lot of what's going on behind the scenes, I feel like he has his hand in a lot of stuff without him showing you he has his hand in a lot of stuff, similar to we see King V has a sword that won't heal that he probably got from a cut on the Iron Throne. When we get introduced to Prince Daemon, we see that he's sitting on the throne. I feel he might be putting something on the throne itself to slowly poison, you know what I'm saying, our king. So maybe not, but the king also cutting himself on the throne could be a symbolism of him not being on the throne for much longer. So we'll see what's up. We see Riri introduced to her, you know what I'm saying, king's daughter, doesn't want to be somebody who just births children, you know what I'm saying. She doesn't want to help the lineage. She want to step up and be able to do something different. So we're already seeing the argumentative but ambitious side, the tone that she's going to present in this, and later on in the episode, she ends up being, you know what I'm saying, named the king's choice for heir to the throne, which, you know, with the way she holds down, because she's so resemblant of her mother to her father, and he probably feels like he owes, you know what I'm saying, his wife this too, that she was chosen. A lot of stuff getting juggled on. The importance of an heir is really put into this. You can always see that the so-called main conflict of what's going to happen in this show is going to be the tug of war that goes on between Daemon and Riri when it comes to this throne. Although I do feel like there's going to be other people after the throne, because come on now, it's Game of Thrones. We're just seeing it in an earlier time and what goes on when the Targaryens were at prominence instead of trying to get back there. It does start letting us know that these events take place 172 years before Daenerys Targaryen began her ascent to try to get the Iron Throne. So dragons, there's 10 dragons in the house. The Targaryens is at their height, you know what I'm saying, of their power. And one of the things that stood out to me, I know I'm like bouncing all around, but this is just how the stuff is coming to me. One of the things that stood out to me when it came to this particular episode was the passing down of Aegon Targaryen's vision that he had of the Long Winter, and how that is supposedly a secret passed down from king to king, because we see King V passing this down to Riri, you know what I'm saying, as it goes right now, telling her about the dream he had about the Long Winter and the vision he had of having a son. They're throwing this big like festival ceremony because his wife's going into labor, and he feels like he just knows from vision he had that he's going to have a son. So wife goes into labor, they call him over there, he gets called down, they tell him he has a decision to make, to either save one or lose both. He decides to save the child, praying that it's a boy. They end up doing an old crib, I don't know what to call it, but the worst C-section I've ever seen in my life. And this is some really cringe stuff in this episode. Nothing else bothered me. This particular bothered me. It was hard watching this, knowing that the queen was going to pass away in order to save the child. It just, I don't know what about it. I think it was meant to feel like that. It rubbed me the wrong way. Not in the point that I thought it shouldn't be included in the episode, but it really tugged at my emotions, knowing the decision that he had to make in order to save his child, only for his child to only live for an hour afterwards, and him end up burning his wife and his child's corpse, and not having a successor, and knowing that he sacrificed his wife's life in order for his son to be born, and losing them both, meaning he could have saved his wife if the son wasn't going to live anyway. And he made that decision for that to happen. So the kings got to live, you know what I'm saying, with that. And I wonder what's going to happen if, you know what I'm saying, Riri finds out about that, and what's going on. Or if that's going to have any play on how people feel, you know what I'm saying, about him. Now, at the council, it seems like Daemon has his supporters and others had their supporters, but everybody seems like they support Riri as being named heir because it benefits their own motives. Everybody on the council feels like they have their own motives to start off with anyway, and they're going to do whatever benefits those motives. So you see that tug of war also being set up, which is pretty interesting to me. I mean, Daemon has his how do I say this? His promiscuous side piece that I guess is going back with him to the Vale. She seems like his cheerleader, hyping him up and everything like that. Seems like they like letting people watch them do the do too. So yeah, wasn't expected to see. Well, it's Game of Thrones. Should expect to see something like that this early, right? It's not a Game of Thrones episode if you don't see, you know what I'm saying, a pee-pee joke or a bare butt. I don't know. It's just it's a really good show so far for episode 1. There seems like it's going to be a lot of lore, a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's going to be happening with this. I don't think Riri's ascent is going to be an easy one. I do feel like Daemon has the power already, just with a dragon and an army of 2,000 loyal supporters and whoever else he can get to support him in order to, you know what I'm saying, stake his claim to the throne. King V seemed like he might be like a softie, as somebody that shouldn't be in power or anything like that, but when he stood up to Daemon in the throne room and let him know that he was choosing another heir and that he should go home and stuff like that, that seemed something to me that showed, you know what I'm saying, his backbone and his fire, especially after he found out that Daemon was making light and celebrating the death of his wife and his son by saying the prince that lived an hour. You know what I'm saying, the heir that lived an hour or a day, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was. That's not something you do to family, especially when they're mourning, knowing what that meant to King V, knowing that him making that, you know, it's probably more him making that choice, knowing that he just lost his wife, and then his brother who should be by his side helping him mourn is making light, you know what I'm saying, of the situation. So interesting family dynamics of what's going on. I really enjoyed this episode, man. I can't wait for episode 2. You guys let me know what stood out to you. Look, you can tell the budget is there. Everything looks good. I'm hoping the intro changes. I wasn't just into the Targaryen symbol flipping up with the music going. I'm hoping we get like the dun 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 dun. Not just that, but I like the fact that as the world changed, the intro changed. Like stuff was missing, stuff was on fire. I want to see if we get that development of an intro, you know, later. Maybe we just got episode 1, so they went right into it to give us a story about what's going on in the background. Because it was a really good episode, well paced, and I can't wait for more. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us at A+ Opinions on all social media, and likes and subscribe to A+ Hero Report right here. You can follow me everywhere at Nerd Mix Alpha. Go check out the music on Spotify and Uchiha. Also, check us out at Anime Assemble, Instagram, and Spotify. Till next time, guys, it's Uchiha. I'm out.